Indiana Fever preseason has officially come, and it has officially gone.
The Indiana Fever did finish the WNBA preseason undefeated.
Caitlin Clark is taking shots from well beyond the arc with incredible confidence, pushing the limits of what's considered possible on the court. At the same time, Lexie Hull has become a key force in the fourth quarter, consistently delivering when it matters most. As one insider observed, Clark's range seems to have grown. She's hitting deep shots effortlessly.
The Indiana Fever close out the preseason 3-0. Victory against the Mystics, victory against the Brazilian national team, and another victory this afternoon against the Atlanta Dream.
In their final preseason matchup, the Indiana Fever capped off a flawless 3-0 run, but not without a few twists. The game featured a scare with a key player's injury and post-game remarks from the Atlanta Dream that raised eyebrows. From standout moments to surprising turns, here's the full story behind Indiana's perfect preseason finish in Atlanta. If you're hyped for the season ahead, drop a "I've got the fever" in the comments.
When I watch the Fever, even when they're not at their best, one thing I can't help but think is that they're just going to run teams off the floor and destroy them with their firepower. They just have so many players that can beat you and can score. And, DeWanna Bonner didn't even start this game. Sophie Cunningham started in her place.
You know, Caitlin Clark was nearly sidelined for the Fever's final preseason game. Less than a day before tip-off against the Atlanta Dream, fans were anxiously refreshing their feeds, waiting for any update. The reason? Clark had taken a hard hit during the team's last practice, right on the same leg she had previously, strained, leaving her status uncertain and everyone holding their breath.
They're just doing a drill, and if you're looking what happens here. Caitlin Clark pulls up. Caitlin Clark pulls up immediately. And a lot of people are saying that it's not the end.
Picture the scene. The Fever's medical staff huddled around their star rookie as the team's flawless preseason record hung in the balance. With 2 wins under their belt, Caitlin Clark now sat on the sideline, ice wrapped around her leg, and uncertainty in the air. Fans were left holding their breath, wondering if this was a preview of the challenges ahead. As the trainers worked through their evaluations, social media lit up with speculation. Would Clark miss her final preseason game? Could this affect her availability for the regular season opener? The questions only grew louder with each passing month.
Coach has mentioned you've been limited in practice this week. Just how are you kind of working back from that leg injury?
Yeah, I think taking my time. I feel really good, honestly, and excited to get out there and play again tomorrow, work on things that we need to work on. And yeah, Maria's been great. Our medical staff has been really helpful. But I feel really good, honestly.
Then came the announcement that sent a wave of relief through Fever fans. Caitlin Clark was cleared to play. Not only would she suit up, she'd be in the starting lineup. Just like that, the injury scare shifted from a major concern to a mere footnote, and the focus returned to...
there's no reason to overdo anything right now. It's been the beginning of the season. Still don't play here for another week, the last 2 days have been really, really good for myself.
You know where it started? What caused it to get her?
I don't. Probably just a little too much basketball. I think, I love being in the gym, but I think understanding when to be in the gym and, when to recover and things like that. So I think just finding a balance and obviously just getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, it was nothing major or anything like that.
From the opening minutes, it was clear Caitlin Clark wasn't holding back. She pulled up from deep launching shots that left defenders scrambling and the crowd stunned. Even Sports Illustrated WNBA analyst Robin Lundberg took notice, posting on X, "I think Caitlin Clark may have even increased her range. She is shooting the deep ones like they are not."
Guards it. So second attempt, same spot, same result for Maya Caldwell. That's Caitlin Clark, top of the key, and drains her first triple of...
In particular, three-pointer, launched from near the logo, instantly brought fans back to her unforgettable shot just a week earlier at Iowa. Atlanta defenders could only watch as the ball soared, high and dropped cleanly through the net. This wasn't a rookie feeling out the pro game. This was Caitlin Clark making a statement. By the final buzzer, she had silenced any doubts sparked by the injury scare, finishing with 13 points, 7 assists and 6 rebounds in just 23 minutes of action.
Natasha Howard gets the bucket. Step back triple. Kelsey Mitchell to the rim. Well, that's Caitlin Clark, top of the key, and drains her triple.
The final buzzer sounded on the Fever's 81-76 win over Atlanta. They sealed a perfect 3-0 preseason sweep, something truly special. What began with concern over Caitlin Clark's injury ended with a surge of optimism about the team's potential when the real games begin. With the score tight heading into the fourth quarter, it wasn't Clark who stole the spotlight. It was Lexie Hull. Quietly refining her game throughout the preseason and adapting to a new bench role, Hull stepped up when it mattered most. It's worth remembering that just last season, she started the final stretch of the year and became a dependable force on both ends of the floor, even earning the title of the league's hottest three-point shooter during that.
And now BG says she's rediscovered her love for the game, saying Atlanta reminds me of home. I'm back in the South, and this was the best decision of my life.
She is completely fine, just needing rest, so we will not see her for the rest of this ball game.
Yeah, we can't give out all our weapons.
Turnover as Matt Caldwell got a little too deep.
With the addition of new All-Star free agents, Paul has graciously accepted a bench role this season. But something was different about her in this game. There was a newfound confidence in her step, a sense of purpose in every move that immediately caught everyone's attention. This wasn't the same player we'd seen before. This was a player ready to take.
I think more than anything, just being able to practice with our team. We're getting a lot of good reps in practice, and I think confidence comes from that. Confidence comes from getting the reps, the game-like reps, over and over again in practice. And our team's super competitive, so every single day that we've had of training camp so far has felt pretty much game-like. Like we're all taking it very serious, and it starts in practice.
The Atlanta Dream kept pressing, threatening at every possession to hand the Fever their first preseason loss. The tension in the arena was palpable. Would Indiana's perfect record hold up? That's when Lexie Hull took control. When the Fever needed scoring the most, Hull delivered with impressive efficiency. She navigated through defenders like there were lanes where none existed, pulling up for mid-range jumpers even with defenders right in her face. One standout moment came when she split two Dream defenders and finished with a smooth layup at the rim, showcasing her composure under pressure.
Just like, nah, shoot that thing when you open.
Lexie Hull getting downhill, finds the bucket and one. As this will be the largest lead for
Hull's impact wasn't limited to just scoring. Her defensive intensity wreaked havoc on Atlanta's offense, forcing turnovers and creating fast break opportunities for the Fever. Her court awareness also allowed her to set up teammates for easy buckets, showcasing her ability to elevate the entire team. The Dream simply had no answer for Hull's determined play down the stretch. After the game, Coach Stephanie White offered insights into Hull's growth that put everything into perspective. When you accept your role, as Lexie has, you can't allow it to put you in a box, White explained, emphasizing how Hull had embraced her responsibilities while still continuing to expand her.
Lexie's playing with such a high level of confidence. You saw that the second half of last season, her starting to grow into that. I think you saw it a lot in Unrivaled as well. It unlocked, I think, a little bit of creativity. I think sometimes when you're a young player in this league, when you accept your role, as Lexie does, you can't allow it to put you in a box, right? Like your role can change throughout the course of a season. Your role can change throughout the course of career.
11 Coach White highlighted Hull's growth in creativity and how the team's trust in her decision-making continues to rise. She's done a really good job of putting herself in position for that, White said, clearly impressed with Hull's development. As for Hull, she credited the competitive practice environment for fueling her fourth-quarter performance. Confidence comes from getting the reps, the game-like reps over and over again in practice, she explained. She also pointed to her championship experience in the unrivaled 3-on-3 league, which she believes sharpened her defensive skills and one-on-one play, making her even more dangerous on the court.
That it's going to be an exciting season. I think more than anything, we're a deep team, and I think everyone's really bought into trusting the process. This season, it might not start off super pretty, but we know that putting in the work, putting in, trust into the coaching staff, trust in each other, that by the end of the season we'll be exactly where we want to be. So just excited, with the progress we've made even over just 3 games.